Have you ever wondered when Americans started getting interested in their own history? It might surprise you, but for a long time, they didn't really look back. In the early days, America was all about the future, about building something new and breaking away from the old world of Europe. The past was seen as something to escape, not something to study. So, what changed? The big turning point was the American Revolution. Suddenly, there was a story to tell, a story of independence, heroes, and founding a new nation. People who lived through it, like the soldiers and the founding fathers, became living history. Their stories were the first draft of America's historical narrative. It was more about celebrating victory and patriotism than about deep historical analysis. Then came the 19th century, and a new generation was born. These were people who hadn't fought in the Revolution. For them, figures like George Washington and Thomas Jefferson were almost mythical characters from a bygone era. This distance created a sense of curiosity and a desire to connect with that heroic past. They started collecting letters, diaries, and artifacts from the Revolutionary period. Think of it as America's first attempt at creating its own national memory. Writers and historians like Washington, Irving, and George Bancroft stepped onto the scene. They weren't just recording facts. They were storytellers. They wrote epic, romantic tales about America's founding that were incredibly popular. Their books made history exciting and accessible to the average person. They painted a picture of America as a nation chosen by destiny, a beacon of liberty for the world. This wasn't always the most accurate history, but it was powerful, and it helped forge a national identity. Another huge moment was the Civil War. This was a profound national trauma that forced Americans to confront the darker, more complicated parts of their past, especially the legacy of slavery. After the war, there was a massive effort to preserve the memory of the conflict from both the Union and Confederate sides. They built monuments, established battlefield parks like Gettysburg, and formed veterans associations. The Civil War made history feel deeply personal and contested. It showed that history wasn't just one single story, but many different stories, often in conflict with each other. By the early 20th century, history became a professional academic field. Universities started creating history departments, and historians began using more rigorous, scientific methods. They moved beyond just telling heroic stories and started asking tougher questions, analyzing social and economic forces, and looking at the lives of ordinary people, not just presidents and generals. Today, our understanding of American history is more complex and inclusive than ever. We're constantly discovering new perspectives, from Native American history to the stories of immigrants and marginalized communities. The process of finding America's history isn't over. It's an ongoing conversation, a continuous act of discovery. It's a story that we are all still writing together. Thanks so much for watching. If you found this interesting, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more deep dives into the stories that shape our world. See you next time.